Ah! Hey everybody, welcome to the ReCoop. I'm Cooper Daniels and I'm a guy that knows a little about a lot. And today we're continuing with the crypto series and we're talking about DigiByte. Yep, we're talking about DigiByte again because I've got to set the record straight. There was a back and forth between myself and the vice chair of the DigiByte Foundation, Rudy the Dangler Bouwman, this week that's got me thinking twice about what I've been saying. And I have to adjust. And I've fully adjusted, folks. But the Digi Detective never sleeps. Inspector DigiByte is back on the scene. Magnum DGB just pulled right on up. Jesus. All right. And also, in the end, I've got a proposal for the community. So there's a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. First off, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't been watching my DigiByte videos, this summer, the DigiByte Foundation has been teasing big news coming. They've been tweeting things like brace for impact. It's going to be a hot summer. Rudy, the Dangler Bouwman, tweeted this about 6 weeks ago. So clearly something big is coming, right? And I've been speculating it has something to do with the European Union and the new EID, Digital Identity Initiative that has been pushed by Andrea Servida, who is high up at the European Commission and also has connections with DigiByte. You can watch that video right here and I go into depth about it and yada, 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 yada. What this video is about. Well, earlier this week, I had a back and forth with Rudy Bouwman of the DigiByte Foundation on Twitter. A guy had tweeted out somebody dangling money and it was really funny. So shout out to him. I love that you guys like this dangler thing. And I responded something along the lines of like, oh man, this guy must hate me because I've been calling Rudy Bouwman the dangler and it's caught on a little bit. And I'm having a great time with that. And I think the community is too. And obviously Rudy has a sense of humor about it. So that's great. But he responded to that with, it's much better to know a lot about a little. Oh man, burn, Rudy, burn. That would really make you a good detective. Okay. Now, you're connecting the wrong dots. Huh. Just have a little patience and you could become Scoop Daniels. Winky face. All right, Rudy. All right. Well, this tells me a couple of things. First, it tells me that Rudy's got a sense of humor. So big ups to Rudy Bouwman and his sense of humor. Two, it means that Scoop Daniels definitely willing to be Scoop Daniels, so anytime. But also it tells me that, okay, he's saying I'm connecting the wrong dots. And the dots that I've been connecting are on this European Digital Identity Initiative, okay? And then there was also a quick back and forth in the DMs between me and Rudy. I don't believe any of that is confidential. He didn't give me any news, but I do have something that I want to talk about with the community about that back and forth at the end. So stay tuned for that. But until then, let's talk about this. This is the deal. What he did make clear, that I think, in the DMs, is that this announcement will not be about the Digital Identity Initiative in Europe. And I've been talking a lot about that. I do believe that DigiByte is well positioned to be the blockchain that secures digital identities, and it already does with things like Digi ID. We've talked about this in previous videos. Go back and watch them. Okay, great. But I don't believe it's what it's going to be. And also, based on the back and forth I had with him, you know, if you've been following my channel, I have mentioned Microsoft, but I haven't been leaning into that much. I mentioned it in last week's video quickly. That hasn't been a point of emphasis of mine. BitBoy did talk about Microsoft in his video. I'm here to let you know that it probably has nothing to do with Microsoft either. Okay? I don't know that for a fact, but based on my back and forth with Rudy, I think that Microsoft and the EU digital identity isn't going to be what it's about. There you go. But I do believe big things are coming, and we're going to talk about that. All right. So that's it. Word of caution. Set the record straight. Okay, so then what is it? I told you that the Digi Detective never sleeps. What is it? Okay. Well, what do we know? Well, we know it has something to do with Threefold. If you don't know about Threefold, you can watch this video. But real quick, Threefold is aiming to decentralize the internet through their Threefold grid that is powered by their hardware device, the 3-node, right? Okay, great. And they also have an emphasis on you owning your own data. And I'm sure you already know that you don't own your data. You know, you give it to corporations for them to profit off of it and to use against you, really against with advertisers and everything. And who knows about your privacy and where your data is even going, right? We do know that you can now run a DigiByte node on the Threefold grid. Okay, great. But they've made it very clear that that's just the first step in that relationship, and there's something much bigger coming. So Threefold has teased that there's big news coming with DigiByte, and so is DigiByte. So we know that it has something to do there. I believe from a while ago that Rudy's Twitter bio said something along like bridging the DigiByte blockchain to the corporate world. Then he changed it to Vice Chair of the DigiByte Foundation, member of the Threefold Wisdom Council, advisor to VIDT Datalink, et cetera, et cetera. And then just recently he changed it to hashtag DigiByte, the enterprise blockchain for the metaverse, member of the Threefold Wisdom Council. So he took away the VIDT Datalink advisory. But yeah, the enterprise blockchain for the metaverse. All right, so there's that. Okay. So after last week's video, I was on Twitter and I saw Hans, who is the chair of the DigiByte Foundation. He tweeted something, and then in the end, I'll put it right here, but in the end it said hashtag governance. Okay. Well, last week I also speculated that Threefold, DigiByte, VIDT Datalink, and Antum ID were all going to combine for one, kind of come together and be one thing to tackle, digital identity and owning your own data and all of that, right? And that governance thing kind of caught my eye because if you watch my channel, you know that I'm a big believer in Algorand. And Algorand has decentralized governance coming October 1st, quarter 4. I'm also going to be doing a live event on Wednesday, September 1st, about Algorand. You can check out my little quick video about that right here. You should join. It's a great project. But anyways, so yeah. So Algorand has decentralized governance coming up. I've been kind of thinking that there's going to be some sort of coming together, certainly between Threefold and DigiByte. I don't know about VIDT Datalink, and I mean, Antum ID is already in the fold, right? So I think that there's going to be something there. And then I saw hashtag governance from the chair of the DigiByte Foundation, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. And then yesterday, something caught my eye. DigiassetX tweeted out their new logo for their certified unique voter asset. What if DigiByte, Threefold, Antum ID, possibly VIDT Datalink, what if they all combined for one entity and did some sort of decentralized governance thing with this voter asset on DigiassetX? And DigiassetX and DigiByte in general have exciting things happening. Like there's something called DigiSweep. And there's a problem sometimes when if you make a mistake and you send like your DigiByte to, let's say I accidentally put in my Algorand wallet and to send my DigiByte to, and then now my DigiByte is lost. Well, DigiSweep can recover your DigiByte. It's a really cool tool. DigiByte is always basically cutting edge on all of these things, and it's an underappreciated blockchain. And the things that are happening on it just don't get the respect that they deserve. This is probably my final speculation before Rudy makes his announcement. But my final prediction for the announcement, because it's taking such a long time, is that Threefold, DigiByte, Antum ID, possibly VIDT Datalink are all going to combine to be one, and they're going to use DigiassetX, and they're going to use their certified unique voter asset to decentralize that governance for that entity. And that's going to be them bridging DigiByte blockchain to the corporate world, the enterprise blockchain for the metaverse, yada, yada, yada. What do you guys think? You think I'm onto something? Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. And look, that might not be as splashy as Microsoft or the European Union's, digital identity initiative, but it's also pretty exciting and gives a lot of room to grow and uses the DigiByte blockchain in a really cool way. So I don't know if that's true. Obviously, I'm not an insider. Rudy didn't tell me this. So, once again, proceed with caution. Also, by the way, yesterday, Yoshi, who is one of the DigiByte Core developers, he tweeted, I had a few hours yesterday to think about something new, something special. The concept on this paper will change DigiByte forever. So look, there are intelligent people working on DigiByte right now, and it's really exciting. There's an upgrade coming. There's DigiassetX. There's Yoshi working on it. There's Tate working on it. There is the DigiByte Foundation over there in Europe cooking something up that we're going to find out soon. Be excited, folks. There's a lot of good things happening. We just need to hear. Now, I said I had a proposal for the community, and I do. Also, in those DMs with Rudy, he showed a willingness to go one-on-one with Scoop Daniels. Scoop Daniels and the Dangler going one-on-one on the ReCoop. Is that something you guys would be interested in seeing? Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. But that's not my proposal. My proposal is this. We're going to wait for the DigiByte Foundation to make their announcement, and we're going to find out what it is. And I want to decentralize the questions that I ask. Instead of me just coming up with all the questions that I want to know what the community wants to know. And if we can come up with some way for the community to vote on the questions that I ask, I would be happy to do that. So if there's a way for us to vote, or if maybe I hop on a Spaces and you guys let me know the questions that you want answered, and that maybe just be the way that it happens. So hopefully Rudy wants to do it, and I definitely do. What do you guys think? Is that a good idea? Put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. All right. If you like this video, hit the like button and definitely subscribe. We're getting close. We're getting close to the goals that will get YouTube to push my content more. The more they push my content, the more, people may or may not discover the DigiByte blockchain. So yeah, watch the videos, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Do your homework.